On IMDb, Other Rick says The Rock is one of the worst movies ever. I love to bring up this movie in casual conversation. Someone says, that was a pretty good movie. But after I point out 2 or 3 things, they usually admit that it not a good movie in any way. I can't read. The plot has holes big enough to drive a Mack truck through. Soldiers who died in a declared war had their deaths covered up? Why? Everyone in the world knew here they were and what they were doing. A man is kept in prison for 30 years with no charges and no convictions, and no one notices. A dozen men can steal a dozen weapons of mass destruction, including missiles, in 10 minutes with dart guns. SEALs can't figure out how to open a locked door. You get the idea. I can't get through 3 minutes of this movie without shaking my head in disgust. 1 star. This dude sounds like he's so much fun. If he's just trying to bring up The Rock in casual conversation to tell people it's a bad movie.
That's like a complete actually guy. Like, actually,
Yeah.
the problem with The Rock was not enough rock. And too little roll.
Nice.
Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back, joined once again by comedian Pat Dunn. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
I'm good. I like this. Can we ignore Andy the whole time?
We'll just talk. Rob, can you tell Andy to pass the chips?
The loudest possible food you could eat on a podcast.
Yeah. Hope you like crunch. You know?
Like the candy?
No,
You're an
like-
idiot. We're talking about chips,
No,
Andy.
Crunch, the character from Crash Bandicoot,
Oh,
The Wrath
nice.
of Cortex.
Very good.
Robbie.
Very good.
That was a good pull.
Yeah.
I'm well, Pat. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks.
Andy, answer the question. How are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
I'm good.
Oh, that's good.
Rob, tell Andy to tell me how he is, please.
Andy, tell Pat how you are. So
Pat,
apparently he won't talk to you, but you can talk to him.
Pat, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Good. Tell Andy I said that's good.
Yo,
I'm happy.
Andy, Pat said that's good, but he can hear you.
I can hear him. Yeah.
We're in the same room this time.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
plot
we're-
holes in my story here.
We're in person.
Yeah, I'd say so. Hey, had you guys seen The Rock before?
I have.
I have many years ago.
No.
So I forgot most of the plot, so I like this.
I had never seen this movie before.
Ow.
Well,
So-
welcome to The Rock.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
I'm a first timer on this one. So, Andy, you said, did either of you see it in theaters?
No.
No. It was 96. I was a wee lass.
I don't know, maybe you had bad parents.
I did,
How
but
dare
that
you.
didn't. Yeah, no, that didn't. They didn't bring me to cool movies.
Oh.
Yeah, trying to think of like terrible movies. I've seen like Anaconda in theater.
Oh. I saw Spawn in theaters.
Ooh,
Yeah. I was a little kid. That's an R-rated movie.
yeah.
It is an R-rated
Yeah.
movie.
Oh.
Hey, well, your parents are going to prison.
Look at me now.
Yo, Andy, can you tell me what year did this movie come out?
I'm so happy you asked, Robbie. I'm just so elated that you asked. The Rock was number 7.
You didn't answer the question.
Shit.
You
Set me up again, Robbie.
Yeah, Andy, could you tell us what year the movie The Rock came
I'm
out?
so glad you asked, Robbie. I'm elated that you asked.
Yeah?
Because it was 1996.
Okay.
Now,
You were so happy before that you couldn't even answer.
in terms of box office, The Rock was number 7.
Is this global or
Global.
Okay.
Yeah. With $134 million. Number 6 was 101 Dalmatians with $136 million.
That's the live action remake, right?
It is.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
With Glenn Close.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
And
saw
Jeff
that-
Daniels.
I saw that in theaters, so
I think I may have also.
guess my dad wasn't that bad.
No, he took appropriate movies as well.
Number 5 was Ransom with $136 million.
Give me back my daughter.
Probably.
I mean, that's what a ransom is, so yeah.
Yeah. Number 4 is Jerry Maguire with $153 million.
Show me the money.
Shot.
Yeah. Oh. Number 3 is Mission Impossible, previous episode, with $180 million. It's a big year for our friend of the show, Tom Cruise.
Yes, very good. Yes, our very good friend.
Yeah.
I like the episode he was on. You guys did. The chemistry was off the charts.
Yeah.
We couldn't see him, though. He was below the camera height.
Robbie, are you trying to get us killed? Robbie? Number 2 is Twister with $241 million.
Oh, the hot spot?
Huh?
Remember? Okay.
I got it. I got it.
The game
Very
Twister.
Oh, I forgot about the
It's like
game.
theme song at the end. It's be like, the hot spot.
good. Left
Cool.
hand blue, right hand on Helen Hunt.
Very
Nice. And number 1 is previous episode Independence Day with $306 million.
Independence Ray.
Wow.
Yeah, it stars Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles.
Wow. What a fucking stretch.
I like that.
You guys want to talk about The Rock?
I do.
Boy, do I.
I want to see what you're cooking.
Nice.
Well, we open.
There's a lot of those. Get ready.
I wasn't responding. I was like, we're going on. We're passing that one. The credits roll over a military funeral. We see Ed Harris getting ready, and we hear some war sounds. We then hear Ed Harris tell Congress that it has to stop, and he visits his wife's grave. It is absolutely pouring outside. This is borderline an emergency.
Yeah. There's flood warnings.
Like, at some point, the governor's gonna go, should we close down? Like, it's raining hard.
The Rock was filmed during Hurricane Katrina.
I will say when the score and everything, and like a lot of this imagery, have either of you ever played any of the Metal Gear Solid game?
I have not.
I played the demo of it on like one of those PlayStation demo discs.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snake.
I'm familiar. I just never played it.
Yeah. Well, this is very. I was like, wow, this is very Metal Gear coded. Like, the score sounds like the Metal Gear score, and then I looked it up. It's the same fucking guy.
That checks out then.
Harry Gregson Williams.
Good guy.
Yeah, him and
Oh, the Gregor.
yeah. Him and Hani Zims worked on this. I call him Hani Zims because he's a friend of the show, of course.
Him, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Of course.
And yeah, it's just got kind of a Metal Gear flavor. I wonder if Michael Bay
I
played.
tasted that too. I was like,
Yeah.
they're getting a hint of Metal Gear in
A
there.
hint of Metal Gear.
I like Ed Harris for this role. Like it just like I thought this was good casting for this character.
I
agree.
think Ed Harris is incredible in
I
this.
love Ed Harris.
I think he's great in this. Yeah.
I wrote I'm drunk while I watched this, obviously. But I wrote, Ed Harris looks like a cool stepdad.
Yeah.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah, I don't know.
He puts one of his medals on his wife's grave. That shit is gonna blow off because you're in a typhoon, brother. Like,
Yeah.
that's gone.
Don't
Yeah.
work yourself into a hurricane, brother.
That night, we see Ed Harris and Dr. Cox from Scrubs leading a team of men breaking into a military base. They steal some chemicals. I really like when they're breaking in, we see that guy slide up the beam with the two guns in his hands.
Yeah.
And he's got his face all painted. I don't know, I just love that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very light moments in this. Michael Bay put a lot of levity in this movie.
Yeah.
For better and for worse.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked in this scene that as they go and kill all these officers, like first off, ultimate heel turn. But like they shot 7 of them. They stabbed 2 of them, and the 10th guy gets punched in the face. That was how they killed this guy
Yeah.
off. You can't be like, oh, shooting, stab, Superman punch. You
Yeah.
can't do it.
Well, did they shoot all these people? Like, I heard a line where he's like, "Oh, that's gonna wear off in like an hour." Well, I thought that they were knocking
maybe
them
they
out.
Darted them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because Ed Harris, we see during this movie, he's very compassionate.
Yeah, he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, okay, this scene makes more sense now because again, I'm drunk, but I'm like, why would they kill these people?
Yeah.
Well, we see, even when they get to Alcatraz, remember he looks at the little girls and say, I need you guys to do something very important for me. Tell your teacher to get back on the bus and head back. Because he's like, I'm not taking kids hostage. I can't do that.
That's a cool stepdad, dude.
Yeah. I gotta say, as a teacher, if my students were like, we gotta get out of here right now, I'd be like, what are you... I'm not listening to you.
If they turned around to me with earnest and said that, if they turned to me and said, that man over there said we have to get out of here, we're out.
Robbie, who the hell is Ernest?
He goes to Alcatraz.
Oh.
Yeah, remember Ernest goes to prison, Andy? That was the prison.
Wow, what a crossover.
He committed a heinous crime.
Oh my God. Keep him away from the children.
I would watch that Ernest escapes Alcatraz.
Whoops. Inside, they're stealing the chemicals and bombs. This one guy suffers a horrific death. And that horrific death doesn't seem to happen to the other guy later on. But this guy suffers a fate that I wouldn't wish on anybody. Like his skin like boiling and shit.
Yeah. Well, the guy looks at him through the door and he just stares at him dying. And then he says sorry, but he says it in like a kind of a sarcastic way. I wonder if there was like bad blood between those two. Because he's like, sorry.
That guy,
see you later, brother.
Yeah, I think that guy's performance, it gives off the vibes at the beginning he wasn't quite sure how he was supposed to be playing it.
Yeah.
Because later on, in the scene he has with Ed Harris later on, that's like my favorite scene in the movie, and I think he's really good there.
He's really good in it.
But here, it's just kind of like, are you trying to imply that he's evil here, or like I think he's trying to be like, I'm cold-blooded. Yeah. I have to be cold-blooded about this.
Yeah, I think he's genuinely sorry, but I don't think he portrays that very well.
I think he just felt like he hit his like rock bottom. And then, he works his way up, he climbs the corporate ladder.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. And then he beats Mankind at the end of the King of the Ring tournament. I get it.
Yeah, the guy wanted out. He wanted to I quit. All right.
Are you talking Derek the Rock Jackson or Steven the Rock Apfelbaum?
Very good. Yeah, in that King, he rolled up Big Boss Man 6 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's one of my favorite WWE, WWF pay-per-views of all time. A Deadly Game tournament, right? That's what it was called, the Deadly Game?
That seems right.
Yeah, and it was the 98... no, it wasn't King of the Ring. It was Survivor Series.
It was, okay.
It was the 98 Survivor Series, yes. I always get it confused because it was a tournament. It was like a one-night tournament.
I'll ask you wrestling questions after. Cause
Oh, Jeffrey the Rock Johansson.
Yeah, you nailed it, dude.
Gotcha.
We're at FBI headquarters. We meet Nick Cage, Stanley Goodspeed. What a terrible fucking name.
Awful.
Yeah.
It's used just for that one line later.
Yeah.
Goodspeed.
Where they explain it.
Good speed, good spell, Godspeed. All right, I don't care.
That line hit home because it's like, all right, I understood his joke and the joke bombed and now you're explaining the joke. That's most of my life. So I'm like, yeah.
Nick Cage and his buddy are just wasting time at work when he's handed his package. It's the LP Meet the Beatles. They're needed because apparently a doggy-woggy smelled something suspicious, so now they're investigating these boxes. One of the dudes plays with the doll, and it shoots out that gas.
Yeah.
The cockroaches exploding is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great way to show how deadly this shit, that these cockroaches are literally exploding the minute it touches them.
Yeah. I like the intensity of that. I was like, wow, this is a pretty intense situation
High
here.
stakes right there.
Yeah, like immediately it's like, okay, the bomb's going to explode, kill everybody, but also your suit is dissolving.
Yeah.
And you have 20 seconds. And I was like, damn.
And he said, he goes like, hose me down. He goes, we're having a problem here. Well, it's a pretty big friggin' problem.
We can't get the hoses to work.
Yeah.
Which, that's one of the character traits I really like about Nick Cage in this movie. Is for some reason Stanley Goodspeed just will not curse. He always says friggin' and damn.
I think after later he kills a guy, and I think after that he's like, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
He starts cursing after that.
I think he says a-hole at one point.
Yeah.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
Very Ned Flanders vibes with it.
Oakley dokley, a-hole. I have to give this scene credit with the bomb defusal, because every single movie or TV show you've ever seen, as they defuse the bomb, it hits 1 second. This left 4 seconds. So I was like, hey,
I appreciate
Hey,
that.
I like you. That's
Yeah.
good. Good stuff.
As you said, Stanley turns the bomb off just in time. I like when they're given the antidote, like this injection. They have to stab into their heart, and they're both like, "I have to put this in my heart." Like, come on, you had to have known this going in.
Yeah. I did like how he's like, look at the size of this thing. I'm not putting this in my fucking heart.
That's what no girl has ever said to me. What? Small dick joke. Came off a little creepy.
She wants your dick in her heart.
Nut in my aorta.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, your left ventricle is very tight.
Oh, no. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
We're back at his apartment, and he's a total vibe here because he's just playing guitar poorly with his shirt off. And his girlfriend comes in and starts talking to him. And at one point, he says something and like plucks the string really hard to like emphasize.
Is he completely naked?
He's in the nude.
Oh,
He's
he's
in the
naked.
nude. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
So while researching this scene, him and Michael Bay argued over this one particular scene because he's like, I have to be naked. I'm like, okay, because he was working out for some other role. So he put like he looks good in this movie.
does,
yeah.
And he said like, no, my character would be naked, so it shows that I'm humble and I'm feeling better at home. And it's like, yeah, it's really because you want to show off that you.
Yeah,
are
yeah.
pretty-
That's
really
okay, Nick. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Was he getting in shape for the drop Tim Burton Superman movie?
Oh, it might have been. Is
Yeah,
that the same
possibly.
time?
It's
Because
roughly
there was
the same
there was
time.
another movie he was filming and he was getting. Oh, all right. That makes
Because
sense.
this is 96.
Yeah.
Burton's last Batman film was 92. So
Yeah, perhaps.
I wonder if that was the movie he was
Yeah.
getting all in
No.
good shape for.
I forgot about that Superman movie.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing you never forgot about it. It never happened.
Never happened. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why they had that one weird scene. Did you guys see The Flash?
No.
It's dog shit.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
bother. Don't
But
bother.
that's why they have that one like CG image of Nick Cage in a Superman costume in it.
Yeah.
It's like a Mandela effect because I remember him in the costume, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the images are all over. You could see him in the costume. They did do fittings and shit.
Yeah, and he had long hair and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the look. I'm sorry. I think it looks good.
I think it would have worked.
Yeah.
But,
He tells his girlfriend Carla about his day, and unprompted, he's like, "Anyone who brings a kid into this world is cruel." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So her news is that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
I see what they're doing here."
this whole scene is like aesthetically is very Michael Bay. Like everything's got like a real like amber hue.
Yeah.
And,
Who's
like-
Amber You?
Oh, you don't know Amber?
No.
We call her Amby Hughes.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Well, there's an amber hue, like it's all hazy, and like it's all shot at like low angles and shit. And it's like it's very like music video, and that's where he got his start. It's all very like quintessential Michael Bay. There's a lot of that in this. Probably because he directed it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That
It
would
does.
make sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I have a question about this scene. What turned blue? Because she just goes, "It turned blue," and just holds up like a vial of blue liquid. And then she's like, and then I went and I took a pregnancy test. I was like, okay, but what turned blue? Did you piss blue?
Yeah, when you get pregnant, you piss blue, Robbie.
Andy, that's not the case.
Uh-oh.
That's how you know if you're having a girl.
Yep.
But like, she just goes, "It turned blue," and there must have been something in the 90s that's like, if this turns blue, you must be pregnant.
It's probably
Could
like
be.
a regular pregnancy test, but Michael Bay was like, not cool enough.
Yeah.
gotta be
we need
cooler.
more visual.
Yeah.
It's literally just a vial of blue liquid.
Yeah. It's very
that's
strange.
weird.
This
That is
vial is an amber hue. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, none of that. We have too much already.
Well, she proposes to him, and he's clearly uncomfortable. He's like, "I don't like this."
That was like I felt secondhand embarrassment doing that. Like if you're at like a baseball game, and you see on the jumbotron, it's the guy proposing to the girl. It's like,
Yeah.
I hope they say yes. That's what I got here. I'm like, oof. The girl proposal is always rough.
You can actually see the moment her heart rips in half.
Yeah. She doesn't really seem to mind that much, though. Like, she's just like, all right, let's fuck later.
Yeah.
And they fuck later.
Yeah. We're now at Alcatraz. There's a tour going on. Ed Harris and his right-hand man are clearly there. This is where we see the scene with the kids. I like that he won't kill the kids or won't take them hostage, but he will kill them with a bomb. Like, you're going to destroy the city anyway, so they're going to die.
Well, that's kind of the whole thing, is he clearly was never going to do it.
Yeah.
And, like, later on, I mean, I know I'm jumping ahead, but Sean Connery just fucking clocks him. He's like,
Sean Connery's in this movie. That's right.
You believe that? But he's also, like, his name appears first, and you don't see him for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But he, later in the movie, he's like, nah, I saw it in his eye. He doesn't have it in him. He's not going to do that. And he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what makes Ed Harris's character in this so good.
Called his bluff.
Yeah. I do like the line. He goes, "Tour's over, Bob," when he's taking like one of the hostages. And then Ed Harris, he's giving this speech to his men, and he's comparing him and these guys to the founding fathers. He goes, "They called Washington Jefferson traitors, but now they're heroes, just like we're gonna be."
I like the ascent. Like, he put like together a real super group. It was kind of like a nation of domination, if you would.
Well, you're right, because then we get, when he goes through everyone's backstory, he's like, yeah, these guys served with me in Nam, this guy served with me in Desert Storm, these guys are just kind of here, and I heard they're good at killing people.
Yeah, and that right there was like, oh, those are the bad guys.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just the mercenaries you picked off the street, yeah, those are the bad guys. Yeah.
Harris calls the FBI director and threatens him. I really like all of his interactions on the phone when he says things like, identify yourself.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I did like how there is like a very clear as day video link as well.
Yeah.
This is 1996.
No, they had that technology. The military 100% had that technology.
He just had like a little tiny thing.
The military had that technology. 100%.
Okay.
If every technology we have, the military has had it for 20 years. The government has all that shit. You want a flying car? The government has a flying car somewhere.
I don't want a flying car.
I don't either, but I guarantee you there's a flying car.
I'm afraid of heights, Robbie.
Me too. But like cure for cancer, it's there. The government has the cure. If the president of the United States ever had cancer, they would easily give him an injection and he'd be cured.
Robbie, I need to reiterate that I do not want a flying car.
Okay.
And I don't want polio.
There's a Tuco from Breaking Bad is here.
Yes, there's a lot of like weird cameos for the mercenary guys. Like one of them was Farouk Ron Simmons, the wrestler.
What, really?
Uncredited role. I was looking at the thing.
I didn't even notice.
I didn't see him in the movie. I'm going to assume it's on the cutting room floor, but he's credited in there. It's like,
that's a shame that he was left on the cutting room floor then. That's a shame. He's awesome and has an awesome presence.
Damn.
Hey.
There's also the library cop from Seinfeld.
Yes, Bookman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the best Seinfeld scenes.
I never really watched Seinfeld.
You're from Long Island. You have to. It's like a thing we have to do.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll pause. It's on Netflix, so you just gotta watch the whole thing.
So here's the truth. Laura recently rewatched all of Seinfeld. And so like I would come home from work and catch a little bit of it. And I find most of them annoying. I find it,
that's the thing.
Yeah, no, that's not like, but like I don't mean annoying like, oh, that's funny. They're being annoying and that's funny. Like every time Kramer's on the screen, I'm like, why did we laugh at this? Why?
This is quirky.
Yeah, it was like we all have that uncle, I guess, kind of.
See, that's the thing.
Most of us have an uncle.
That's true.
I was more of a
Sometimes, too.
Frasier guy.
Oh, you're smart.
Oh, big brain Robbie
I like
over here.
Frasier. I hate Friends. Don't worry.
I hate Friends.
I always felt like Friends was just a knockoff of Seinfeld, and I've never really liked Seinfeld.
Well, I'm from Massapequa, same as Jerry Seinfeld, so I have to like him. Same like I do like Alec Baldwin.
And when you were 38, you dated a 17-year-old.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
And you shot a woman in the face. Yeah, this is great. It's a Massapequa thing.
Yeah, and then we had All American.
What about Haley Steinfeld? Let's move on.
Is she from Massapequa?
No, just word association.
Oh, okay.
It rhymes. It sounds like Seinfeld.
I was buying in.
Also, Kyle Reese from previous episode Terminator. Michael Biehn is in it.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yeah.
All the officials talk for a bit until they ask the FBI director who his best chemical man is. Then we see Nick Cage and his girlfriend having sex.
Yep.
Do you hear what he's saying as we're entering their apartment during intercourse?
I do. Andy, do you know of it?
No.
He's saying...
Oh, yeah. Big tits. Very nice.
That is not what he's saying.
That's what I wrote.
That's not what he's saying one bit. Because I rewound it to make sure I got the words exactly.
That's not what he said. That's what I wrote.
He wrote, "That's interesting. That's very compelling."
Oh, my fucking God.
I think he's being pegged. I'm going to tell you why I think that.
Oh, he doesn't say tits. Okay, that's it. It was something else that was big and very nice.
Well, like, he didn't say tits because she's wearing a full top.
Yeah, that was a weird sex scene. I get it.
It was weird.
But it's rated R. You can show a boob.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or two.
I'm sure they were like, hey, you trying to show boob? And she was like, not really. And they were like, all right.
Well, I think
No problem.
either A, they were pegging, or B, Michael Bay didn't know what sex was. Because when we see Nick Cage answer the phone and, like, she gets off of him, he is spread eagle with both of his feet up. Meaning, how is she riding him if both of his feet were elevated?
Amazon style, Robbie.
But, like, he was
Yeah,
also wearing
style.
cowboy boots.
Was
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack in this scene.
You know what?
So much.
I'll let all that go because he almost died earlier that day. And I know that if I almost died, I'd be like, let's just try whatever you want.
I know if I almost died, I'm getting pegged.
I'd be like, listen, let's do whatever you want. And she's like, listen, I'm trying to fuck you. And he's like, all right, I almost died today, so.
So at the top of the list is like birthday sex and then near-death sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
For me, it's just sex is at the top of the list. I would love to experience that one
Near-death
day.
sex is like, I'm having a heart attack. Hop on top of me. Hop on top of me.
quick, before I go towards the light. It's getting closer.
You can use that dolphin pussy. I was reading this thing recently, and apparently dolphin...
Please do elaborate.
Yeah. I was reading this thing recently, and apparently dolphin females have, like, vaginal secretions that drive the male dolphins nuts.
Nice.
And they just come, like, insane amounts. And one time scientists were like, we gotta try this. And they, like, rubbed it all over a monkey's dick.
Okay.
And that dude came so hard that he died from a heart attack.
Hell yeah, brother.
To rewind a bit, when Ed Harris is talking to all the people in like that war room or whatever, I liked how he's just like casually dropping some like real dirty U.S. secrets.
Yeah.
And that newbie he's like, what? But that's top secret. They're like, yeah, idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, when he goes, how old are you? He goes, I am 35 years old. And he's like, by the time you were 9 years old, I was already fucking blowing off Charlie's.
Whatever he said.
I was already jacking off Charlie.
Both hands.
I already impregnated an underage girl in Saigon.
Oh my goodness gracious,
Jerry
Robbie.
Seinfeld, stop it.
Well, we get that this can't be happening. This cannot be happening. That's a classic Nicolas Cage thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage has a reputation for like, sometimes he's like an incredible actor. Sometimes it's like, what kind of choice is that? I feel like this movie has a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of what? And okay. And this.
I think Nick Cage is kind of bad in this until he's paired with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Their chemistry is great.
Yeah, and for some reason they work so well together.
Yeah, and I don't know, do Nicolas Cage and Ed Harris meet in this? I don't think they do.
Because he drags away his body as he's like talking to him.
That's right, yeah. As
So they meet at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would have been an interesting interaction. Like, if he wasn't dying.
Yeah. I like when they're calling him during sex, and she's like, how could they possibly know you're home? And he goes, it's the FBI.
Yeah, they know everything.
That's good stuff.
That is good. I did like how she's like, you're not going into work. He's like, I have to.
Yeah.
I enjoy that she clearly, like, genuinely cares for him.
Yeah, because then she wants to go to San Francisco with him. That's it.
Yeah.
I forgot where Alcatraz was. I'm like, not Ellis Island.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, I thought Alcatraz was a name. Like, I just heard of it, and I was like, that's what Al is short for. Turns out I'm stupid.
Alcatraz Arkin.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
We see the officials talking, and one guy's like, yo, I have an idea. What if we let this guy out to help us? And they're like, I don't know. And then we meet Sean Connery in this super intimidating walk. All right, so this is the first of 2 rounds of this game we're going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay. Andy, rate Sean Connery's wig. So let's rate the long hair wig first.
I like the long hair.
I think it looks really good.
I think it looks great.
Too.
Also, he's 70 at the time of filming this.
Yeah. He looked good.
He looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like moving. He has incredible posture for a 70-year-old, especially in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like 70 now is not that big a deal. My dad's 70. But like 70 back then, you were an old bitch. You know?
He looks better at 70 than I have ever. At any age ever.
All right, what are you? So you also like the long hair wig?
I like the long hair wig.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're all in agreement on the long hair wig.
Yeah, I wish he kept it, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Put it in a ponytail,
Ooh.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I got
many
the
options.
sense Connery's like, I ain't going through this movie with long hair.
Yeah.
Because he's just like laying in the cell, like on his side, all sad and shit.
Yeah.
We see the FBI officials talking to Connery, and this is right after Goodspeed meets with the FBI director. Connery keeps making references to famously falsely imprisoned men.
He's immediately really good.
Yes.
Like immediately I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I am captivated.
Yeah.
This is his charisma alone is driving this movie.
Yeah, the movie picks up immediately once he's on screen.
Other than James Bond, I couldn't really tell you how many Connery movies I've seen. But just watching him act, I'm like, oh, this is like a masterclass of acting.
Yeah. He's just good at like drawing your attention and like your interest as well. Yeah.
He could deliver any line, no matter how like tacky, and you're like, he made it work.
Yeah. How about this line? I think it's okay to give a woman a slap.
Okay. You know what? He made it work.
Uh-oh.
He made. I don't agree with it, but he made the line work. It encouraged me.
Uh-oh.
What? Beat the shit out of my mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you.
Oh my God.
Layeth the smackdown.
The FBI guy throws the quarter, and this is so heavy-handed. Michael Bay, like, make sure you see this fucking quarter.
Yeah.
Like, if you missed this quarter, you fell asleep, brother.
Here's a question. Why would you throw anything and leave it with the greatest escape artist on Earth?
Yeah,
Like,
I have no idea.
You're asking to get your throat slit with that coin. You know?
I did think he was going to kill a guy with the coin.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I
pick
thought
take
so-
his cuffs, and that's how he escapes, so... I get, like, the quarter in there, you're like, all right, he's going to actually use this thing.
Yeah.
Or they just flick it and then zoom in on it and then forget about it.
Yeah.
Later on, he's buying some Bazooka Joe.
Yeah, he's just at a vending machine. He's just like, shit, I need another dime.
Cage walks up. Do you have change of a quarter? Or do you have change of $1? Just your luck.
Yeah. That's how they end the movie. The credits roll.
I really enjoy Connery taking advantage of Cage here when he goes, coffee? He goes, no, I'm good. He goes, no, ask me if I want a coffee. You idiot.
Yeah, he does immediately, like, he like, calls Cage on. He's like, you're not really in any sort of control here. I am. It's good. It's really good how he immediately just runs the room.
He goes, offer to take my handcuffs off.
Yeah.
As a sign of your goodwill,
Yeah.
let's take the handcuffs off. He's like, and then I love when he's getting all confident. Cage goes, let's get this guy a room at the Fairmont.
Yeah. He, like, puts his feet up on the table.
And then the guy goes, why don't you give him a trip to Tahiti while you're at it? And he goes, I want a shave and a shower. He goes, and how about a haircut, too? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the hairdresser is pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
Hey, listen, this is a movie in San Francisco in the 90s. You were getting that.
Yeah.
This was another... There's so many, like, I wouldn't say character actors, but just actors in there. I'm like, oh, I've seen him in something else, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy in other things.
Almost everybody.
Yeah, there's so many people in this movie. Like, oh, that guy's in that other thing.
Yeah.
With that guy, too.
They were in it together, I think. I think they're a package deal. Movies and TV shows like to do this thing, where if someone's singing in the shower and they're trying to distract or do something, they'll listen to a song on the radio and then sing it really poorly and off time. Because what was he singing? Does anyone remember what song he's singing?
No.
Well, it wasn't a Beatles song because you're not getting the copyright for that.
No, it was not. Yeah. I forgot exactly what song he sang.
Might have been a Mamas and the Papas.
I think so. Yeah.
It was definitely like a folky song.
Yeah.
And he's just singing it off tempo and stuff. And it's like, why do movies do this? That makes it more distracting. I'd be like, what the fuck is he doing in there?
You ever heard music in your life?
He's clearly distracted by something.
Also, wouldn't the FBI be like, hey, if you get any weird calls or calls asking for anything from this room, disregard.
Yeah.
But they're all really incompetent.
They're pathetic because they bring them this feast. And the FBI is just sitting there eating it.
All of them.
Yeah, they've all stopped working, and they're just eating.
And they're even all like, "Oh, if it's free, it's for me." You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
then their fucking commanding officer or whoever the fuck that is dangling out the window.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. When he uses the wire from the shower.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
When the guys are pulling him back up, he's like, "You're gonna hurt my arm, you son of a..." It's like, dude, you're lucky your arm wasn't ripped out of its socket already.
Yeah. You're lucky to be alive. They're saving you, and you're fucking... You're hurting my arm.
I did like the misdirection in this scene, because as you're seeing him with the with the rope under his little, cloak there, I'm like, oh, he's going to strangle the guy, obviously. And then I was like, oh, all right, going to shake his hand and throw him off a balcony. Pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought of that, but...
That's the thing. They don't... they make... Everybody who talks him up, they make him like, oh, he's a ruthless killer. But he doesn't kill anybody until he has to. He doesn't kill anybody until later when he has to.
Yeah,
when they're in Die Hard in Alcatraz. Yeah,
that is what they're doing. Well, that is kind of the parallel we see between him and Ed Harris, and neither of them are just bloodthirsty murderers.
No.
Yeah,
they're doing what they have to do.
Right.
There's no clear villain in here because they're both villains, sure, in their own aspect, but you like them, you root for them.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes them great characters because nobody's. I mean, people are evil, but nobody's all bad. You know, there's people have their good quality, and it humanizes them, and then it's just good. It's good TV,
right?
Know? Yeah.
I like this chase scene a lot through San Francisco. There is so much property damage.
A lot.
A lot. Quintessential Michael Bay.
Yes.
Even the cars, the two coolest cars you could drive in 1996. It's a Humvee and a yellow Corvette.
Yes. I love that. Does anyone notice the three dudes in wheelchairs who just don't fit in, but for some reason just roll past the trolley after it crashes?
No, I didn't see that.
They don't seem to they don't seem panicked or anything. They're just rolling by cool. I was like, what did that have to do with anything? It reminded me of, I think it's The Italian Job, when that guy who dressed as Spider-Man runs through the scene.
Yeah, that's right.
You know
that's
what I mean? Yeah. And you ever see that?
No.
In the movie The Italian Job, there's a big, I forgot exactly what's going on.
There's a Italian Job as a whole. There's so much in there.
Yeah, there's just chaos. There's just a scene of chaos. And at one point, a guy dressed as Spider-Man just runs through the scene.
Okay.
But it's not a random movie. It's not we're random thing.
Yeah.
It's
no crossover.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
I did kind of forget I was watching a Michael Bay movie, and then in this one chase scene alone, there's 8 explosions.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. There you go.
Also, there's a fucking old lady crossing the street.
What? This scene has a lot of amazing and awful one-liners.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope you're insured.
Yep.
Yeah.
The bus driver was hilarious. That's good comic relief.
Yeah.
We're gonna crash. Save yourself. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the trolley guy because they go on to him for a minute. He's like, "How's everybody doing today?"
Trouble with the trolley, eh? Little Spyro the Dragon. Was that 2? That's two, right? Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I believe so. It's Ripto's Rage. You know?
Did you guys know there was actually a deleted scene back in the scene at the hotel?
I did not.
Yeah, there was a deleted scene where Connery was going to masturbate, and he looks down and he goes, "Welcome to my sock."
That's what we would call the rock and sock connection. I can't tell if you were serious. It's like, I could see that maybe.
No, that was not. No, that
Welcome to my shock. I do like it's got the classic Michael Bay, like, while the people are driving, they're probably just, like, the actors are probably just sitting still.
Yeah.
Like, maybe moving from side to side, but the camera is shaking so incessantly. It just gives the scenes, like, a really, like, frenetic action, like, energy. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
And then he goes way over the top with it, because then the trolley gets shot, like, 40 feet into the
launches
air.
into the air. Nobody's dead.
Yeah.
Not one death.
That's why when the guy goes, "Save yourselves," it's like, oh, that guy's gonna get burnt to a crisp. And then he's just like, "God damn it, my trolley's wrecked." The guy's acting like he was rear-ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I did like he to save one old lady, he murders a trolley full of tourists.
Yeah. He's like, well, you know what? You're gonna save someone his own age, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Connery meets up with his daughter. My first thought on this was that it went nowhere. But then, the more I thought about it, I was like, well, him having a daughter does lead to him saving Nick Cage at the end.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
like, so it does work. But for a long time, I'm going, we didn't need this. We could just hear that he has a daughter that he's never met.
Well, I kind of like how he even says to her, he's like, "You're the only person who knows I exist, like, outside of everybody who wants me in prison." So, like, that was a nice, endearing moment, and I like how she's just like, okay, old man, like, I don't fucking know you. But she's, like, kind of willing to hear him out as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought this scene, like, kind of then establishes a relationship with Connery and Cage as, like, you know, like, he painted a good picture, like, all right, your dad's not a bad guy, like, he's, like, the people's champ. But coincidentally, on Instagram, so in this scene, the daughter's friend is there, and then you never see her again.
Yeah.
Right.
So on Instagram, like 2 days ago, I'm scrolling through, and this scene is there, and then the comment is like, "What happened to Jade?" And then the actress who played Jade commented like, "Oh, that was me." That's
fun.
Yeah, I was like, "Wow, that's kind of weird." I'm recording a podcast about this movie that you're in. If you'd like to,
you know,
check it out.
You know what's funny to me about that scene is he comes out and he yells his daughter's name. Now, the daughter and her friend know they're going to meet her father. And the friend turns around and goes, "No, I'm Susan. I'm Jade." It's like, yeah, okay, you let your friend answer, you fucking idiot. You know he's not talking to you.
Yeah. I did like how Goodspeed, which is, again, a terrible name, he overhears Sean Connery talking to his daughter, and he says, like, that they're working together.
Yeah.
And, like, that's a classy move, and, like, Sean Connery immediately is like, "I'm not going to let this guy die. Like, this guy's got my back, I got his back."
Well, we also, like, because Goodspeed earlier, like, saw the FBI director, like, tear up the pardon.
Yeah, and he's like, "But that's illegal." He's like, "Wake up! Wake up, idiot!
You fool!"
What do you say we cut the chit-chat, a-hole? Absolutely insane line to say.
Yeah.
That's so 90s.
It's so 90s.
To call someone an a-hole.
You cut the crap, a-hole.
Connery pledges to his daughter that he's not an evil man. And then we see Connery convince all the officials, "You have to let me go to Alcatraz. That's your only fucking choice." No. And I do like the other guy being like, "Well, why do we fucking bring him if we're not going to send him in?"
Yeah. And, like, honestly, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Like,
what, he dies?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they never just killed him anyway.
Right, he knows everything.
You've had him locked in a cell with no trial for 30 years. If nobody knows about him, just put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
That's true. That's how they do it in China.
Yeah.
That's how they do it in a lot of places.
So they do it here, too, probably, you know?
Well, that's the thing with the reviewer. Like, I was like, "Brother, do you not think the government has secret military mission?" Like, like, brother, ooh, you are a naive man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of social injustice in here, reviewer.
Yeah.
Reviewer, brother.
I was like, it's like, ooh, you have a lot of faith in our government. if you don't think they carry out secret missions where men die.
Yeah.
You fool! Haven't you heard of JFK? They also tell Nick Cage that he's going to Alcatraz, and that's when we see Cage start vomiting out of fear.
Yeah.
That's when he's in the bathroom, he's vomiting, and he starts talking to this guy, and he's like, oh, not only am I scared, but my fucking girlfriend's pregnant. He's like, I don't care. All right, fine, I'll see your girlfriend, I guess.
He's also like, and she's on her way here. And that's when you know, like, all right, well, the bomb's definitely going to get launched.
Well,
you know,
that's another thing. He calls her in a panic. He's like, don't come to San Francisco. She answers. She's like, I'm coming to San Francisco. Click. Honey, listen to the panic in his voice.
Yeah.
Like, take a hint.
Yeah.
Take a hint.
Gaslighting at its finest. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
I think it's called gas lamping because it's based in San Diego.
Nice.
That's very good. I thought it was San Francisco.
Oh, damn it. Okay. My bad. We see all the boys head to Alcatraz, and Ed Harris's men notice some helicopters flying in. Connery leads the groups into a seemingly dead end, but then he rolls through the furnace because he's memorized the timing of the fire. That's fucking sick.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is that furnace on?
Because they lead tour groups. It's got to be on for, I don't know, I guess power and stuff.
Ah.
I don't know.
Hasn't been used in years.
In my notes, I wrote down that scene was fucking sick. Verbatim.
I agree.
Nice.
That scene was cool.
It was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
And then he opens the door. Welcome to the Rock.
Yes. We get the
Good
iconic
stuff.
line.
Yeah. Welcome to Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Very good. Did you know there's actually a sequel to this that takes place in London?
Really?
Yeah. There's a hostage situation at Big Ben, and when they break in, he goes, welcome to the clock.
Yep. Very
Excellent. Excellent, Robbie.
I knew where it was going.
Immediately when you said Big Ben, I was like, okay. All right.
They're in the water, and Cage is like, you're enjoying this? And Connor responds, it's better than your average day. But then he makes this line that he must be losing his sex appeal because there are less gang rape attempts on him.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, this movie could never be made today.
Well, what amazed me is at some point someone says something about they are penetrating the shower room. Mm-hmm. And I was surprised we did not have a penetration in a shower room and a jail joke in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was like, they played that totally straight, and I got to give Michael Bay his props for that.
Yeah, there was no drop the soap jokes at all.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, if this was 3 years later,
there'd
be
forget
four
it.
of them.
Oh, there'd be so much Oz references in there. Adebisi would have been a mercenary.
This confrontation in the shower room is incredible.
It's very good. Yeah. Everybody's like, stand down.
Yes.
Everybody else is like, you stand down.
He's like, I can't tell my men to just stand down.
Yeah, it's very good. And then, like, somebody drops a rock.
Yes.
And everybody just starts blasting. I did like how Ed Harris, he, like, just cups his ears and he's just like, stop, cease fire, cease. Because, like, he doesn't want anybody to die, especially, like, other military. That's why he's doing this.
Right.
Because they died.
That's a good point.
You know? It's good. I liked it. That was, like, the last thing he wanted to happen.
So when they're coming out of the sewer and they have like that little camera that's on the sewer grate, the guy notices it, but then they go through anyway.
Yeah, he even like knocks it with the
he
camera.
hits it a little bit. Like, so I didn't understand. It's like, did he purposely mess up? And I thought he would like do like a heel turn and like, actually with them, I'm like this, and then it never happened.
No, I think that guy's just like, all clear. Are you sure? You sure?
Not my problem.
Yeah. If we die, we die. You know.
Hey, looks good over here.
Ed Harris's team fucks up the ground team, and then we get this guy. He comes over the sewer grate and he gets fucked up. I love when he comes hanging down and Cage is like, oh god,
Yeah.
Oh god, that's awesome.
As you would, you know. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Horrific. You know, and he's just a regular guy. No, not really. A fucking weirdo, but you know, a regular guy in terms of people dying in front of him. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
if you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. What?
I don't get it. You guys, there was another deleted scene. It was actually of the tourists, and they're getting ready to go to Alcatraz. And so they're all lining up to get on the ferry, and they look at them. And the captain goes, "Welcome to the dock." Pat's gonna leap.
You're a son of a bitch, Robbie.
There's more.
Oh, yeah.
I'll save that.
Well, you can tell who the bad guys are here as well, because like everybody who's shooting the Navy SEALs,
Yeah.
they're like somber, and then there's like three guys who are like,
Yeah,
I like this. And it's like, okay, you guys are the bad guys.
They're just having a grand old time, just shooting.
Yeah, those three like it was like an invasion angle type thing there.
Yeah.
They should have gotten the big stars involved.
They should have.
That's why it failed.
Trying to think of who the characters used in here. Like the Dr. Cox from Scrubs is not one of these guys.
No, he's one of the good guys. Yeah.
He has a great death later.
One of the good bad guys, I guess. Yeah, he gets like an unnecessarily terrible death.
I love it. We get another scene of Ed Harris showing mercy because he doesn't let that guy shoot that dying guy in the head. He's like, put your fucking gun down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna close his eyes and let him die peacefully.
Yeah.
Because then he talks through the guy's camera, like you said before.
Yeah, he's like, your move.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want more people to die.
Checkmate.
FBI Director Womack gives Connor's backstory to the FBI agent Paxton. Connery's not Connor. I have Connor written because I have a typo.
Mm-hmm.
Connery's backstory to FBI agent Paxton. We also get some fun conspiracy theory stuff, Area 51 and JFK. That's what I'm talking about, like the levity in this movie is like, it's just out of nowhere. It's like, oh, okay, so we're just talking about Area 51 here, I guess.
Yeah, any moon landing I think is also mentioned. There's like so many, any conspiracy you ever heard of that you have to, they'll pepper it throughout this conversation.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage at some point, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but Nicolas Cage is like, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Sean Connery goes, losers always talk about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Like, old man, what do you want about? What are you fucking saying to me?
Then he goes, Carla was the prom queen.
Yeah, what kind of response is that?
It's like, you're in your 30s. You can't worry about who the fuck the prom queen was anymore.
At this point, I don't even remember who the prom queen was when I graduated high school.
I didn't have a prom queen.
I don't know if I did either.
I don't think we did, Andy. Wanta didn't have a prom queen.
I went to an all-boys school, so.
Oh, so it was you.
Yeah, we had a few prom queens.
I love the scene when Cage calls one of the officials, he has a gun, sir. He goes, what do you have, a fucking water pistol? He goes, I was like, oh, right, I also have a gun.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, he when they go to, when they get the first chip out, Sean Connery throws a knife into a guy's neck, and immediately afterwards he goes, you must never hesitate. Oh, my God.
Well, we get another scene a little bit after the water pistol scene when he goes, he's got all the guns now, sir. After Connery goes, your safety's on. He goes, what? And he just takes his gun from him. And then we get the losers whine about their best scene.
Yeah.
And never hesitate.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get this fun shootout where Connery shoots out a dude's ankles.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. He got shot like right in the big toe.
Yeah.
Ouchies. You know?
Okay, is that normal? He goes, yeah, that'll happen. He goes,
Yeah,
well, can you make it stop?
And I'd put the second coolest death at this scene with the air conditioner.
Yeah. Nice, because it's cool.
I like the air conditioner crushes this guy's head like it was laying like the people's elbow.
Very good.
There we go.
Very good.
Yeah, this was a good shootout scene though.
Yeah, anytime someone's gonna shoot out someone by the ankles or knees, I'm on board. As long as I'm not getting shot in the ankles or knees.
Of course. I liked how he pushed out the drawer of that thing and he shot through that instead of getting above it. You know, they were hiding behind that big cabinet.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It showed his intelligence and this type of stuff.
He's very quick-witted.
That was the smartest thing I've ever said in my life. That shows his intelligence and this type of stuff.
Very. I really get the sense that Sean Connery was playing this as though he's playing an older James Bond who has been
Definitely.
held. Yeah.
It
Who-
seems like a lot of Bond nods in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely like, oh, he's just playing Bond.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it. I love his James. We've done the first 2 James Bond movies for the podcast, and I've fallen in love with them. So I'm here for it.
Okay.
I don't even care. And I can't wait for them to get silly. They haven't even gotten silly yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to come.
I can't wait.
The two of them together in the sewers and then just navigating by themselves was amazing. Like, I'd be completely fine if that was the whole next 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
No.
Again, we talked about it before. They have excellent chemistry.
Yeah.
They're really funny together, even though they seem like they're both in different movies at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Connery is playing it so straight.
Yeah.
And like every now and then he has a quip, but it works for an action star.
Yes.
Nick Cage is doing something.
He's doing whatever he wants.
And I'm going to be honest, I find it very charming.
He's a likable guy. But if you flip their one-liners and you had Connery, like, no, cut the chit shot, asshole.
Yeah.
No, a-hole. Like, you have Connery say that line, it's like, nah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, that's what all the curses in this movie are Connery.
Yeah.
The minute Connery comes in this movie, he's effing and jeffing the whole
Yeah.
fucking movie. I love it.
Yeah. Jeff and The Rock Stevenson.
Very good.
Thank you.
You guys know there was another sequel to this movie?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd that take place?
Scotland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were sheep herders.
Mm.
And he goes, "Welcome to my flock."
Nice.
Was that nice?
I liked it.
Dr. Cox and some officers go looking for Cage and Connery because it's like, hey, why don't you go fucking get him?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he finds him. He shoots at Nick Cage, but Connery lights him on fire. I love this. He's screaming the whole time that
and
he's
he's
on
like
fire.
dangling over water. And he's like, should I burn to death or should I like probably die by dropping down? Like, this is a terrible situation you put Dr. Cox, MD, in.
Hey, Andy, what would
Yeah.
you rather do? Burn to death or drown to death?
That's fucking tough.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think maybe drown? I don't know. Those are the worst ways to go.
I agree. Hey, Pat,
Yeah.
what would you rather do? Drown to death or burn to death?
I'd have to go drown. It seems less painful.
I'm agreeing. I'm
Yeah,
in full
'cause don't you,
agreement
like,
with both of you.
Don't you like pass out at some point from lack of oxygen?
That's how all deaths are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pass out at some point. Yeah.
I just the thing is, once I start drowning, I'm going to start panicking to try to swim up. Once I'm on fire, I'm probably letting myself die.
You wouldn't stop, drop, and roll?
Well, it depends on what's on fire. If it's my leg like that, sure.
Yeah.
The minute my face is on fire, it's over.
Has Smokey the Bear taught you nothing?
No.
Only you can prevent drowning.
He
was a polar bear. It was
Oh my
the
God.
Antarctic
And he had
Smokey the Bear.
he had a nice cold Coca-Cola.
Press the button to tell me who can prevent forest fires. No, I'm sorry. You selected you, meaning me. That is incorrect.
Goodspeed before, I think it's before they set Dr. Cox on fire, which is John C. McGinley, by the way.
It's a guy we know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but we're just calling him Dr. Cox
Dr.
for
Cox.
Scrubs to make
Yeah.
it easier for us. Us and us alone.
Goodspeed says he lives a very uneventful life. Your first scene, you were defusing a bomb in a hazmat suit.
know!
And the hazmat suit was falling apart due to the toxic chemicals. And then you went home, and your girlfriend told you she was pregnant.
And then pegged you.
That's the most eventful day of anyone's life.
Yeah.
Boy,
Dude.
do I hate Mondays.
He's Garfield now. Yeah, this guy's living a pretty good life, all
Yeah.
things considered.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
Good life.
Very good.
Stanley Good Life.
This mineshaft ride looked safer than any ride I've seen at Adventureland.
I liked how he's like, he calls down to Connery, "You okay?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not yet. Okay, you fucking idiot."
One guy throws a grenade at Cage. I just love a guy throwing a grenade back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they learn from that later, even though nobody was there. Later, they're smarter and they cook the grenade before they throw it. I thought that was
They
cool.
put it on an open fire.
Yeah, they put it in a frying pan.
Yeah, and I
making
get
some
it.
Jiffy
They
Pop.
saute. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm loving the dummy work here. When Dr. Cox falls to his death, it's just clearly a dummy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it like hits the side and like falls, and the limbs are all like ragdoll. It's great. Loving it.
I'm so fine with it. I'd rather you do that because some of these stuntmen get fucking beat up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm totally fine with a dummy.
There's nothing wrong with the dummy.
No.
I mean, look
there's
at
three
us.
of them right here.
Hey!
Connery throws a guy down a shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Cage finally nuts up and shoots this guy, he just empties the clip into him.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Trying to think if he said anything cool in the scene, but I'm sure he did not.
I think after he asked Connery, he's like, does it ever get easier? Or some shit like that. And Connery's like, not a pushy. Hey, here's a question.
Questions.
Nice. If you know that they're after the chips, right? As the terrorists, you see that, oh shit, they're going for the chips. Why would you leave any of these missiles unguarded?
Because the chips are down.
Very good.
Thank you. Connery decides he's going to go after... Oh, okay, no, let's go back a little bit. We're 8 hours to deadline, and the president is on his way. They're planning an airstrike. Harris takes one of the hostages and threatens him. He's like, why don't you tell him? He goes, my name's Larry Henderson.
Yep.
I'm a father of 3. He's like, why don't you...
That guy was acting his pants off.
Yeah.
That guy did a good job.
Yeah.
I think he was actually just being threatened. He didn't know he was in a movie.
Yeah. He's like, is that real? Is that the fucking Ed Harris?
He was actually just on a tour of Alcatraz, and they just forced him to
put
do
a
this.
gun to his head.
Yeah.
You know what they said when they put the gun to his head? Welcome to the Glock.
Oh, shit. Oh, fucking shit.
Also, right before this, the best line in the whole movie is uttered by Cage. Zeus's butthole.
Yeah.
I don't remember what this reference, but he said it.
He did.
I think he's talking about when they're playing, when he's like disarming one of the bombs. He mentions Zeus's butthole, I think.
I'd Google it, but then I'd be in a Zeus's butthole wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that on your feet.
We don't
That's
want that.
double hole, man. You never want to be in a double hole.
Connery goes after Harris, and he tells Cage to get the other rockets. And I love he goes, what about Mr. Henderson's head? And Connery just gives him the thumbs up. He goes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that even mean? Love it. I love the conversation that Connery and Harris have.
Yes.
I like how he just calls him. He's like, how are you honoring the dead by killing more people? And Harris is like, how am I doing?
Yeah.
Wait a second here.
This British guy's onto something here. He's onto something.
I also love the line he says, patriotism is the virtue of the vicious.
Yeah, and then he hits him and he's like, thank you for proving my point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
And then when he's holding the gun to his head, he goes, I've already destroyed the gun's chips. Does that mean you'll execute us both? And Larry Henderson's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
A tough day at the office for Larry Henderson.
Yeah.
2 officers take Cage hostage. Next thing you know, we see Cage and Connery in different cells. Cage is so annoying here.
Yeah.
First he's singing, I take pleasure in gutting you, boy.
Yeah.
And then we see Connery working to escape. He escapes and just looks at Cage and goes, trade secrets, my son.
Yeah.
We see the actual military, and they're told, like, yo, you're gonna carpet bomb Alcatraz. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, like, you're gonna kill them all. And then we see Ed Harris. This is where we start to see him really get cold feet, because all the other military guys are like, launch the missile.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And he's like,
And even his like right hand, the guy who said sorry in the beginning, he's like he like gives him a nod. He's like, do it, brother.
yeah.
And that's when Ed Harris is like, fuck. Fuck, I gotta kill a bunch of people.
The government wants another hour, but the bad guys clearly want to just launch it. And I love when the guys using the line, come on, let's be all that we can be.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my penis is erect.
Yeah.
That's an incredible line.
It's like, wow, this movie's saying something. But eventually it just doesn't.
This was also like a weird ask, because he gave him like, all right, you got 48 hours. Here you go. I'm like, no, we need one more hour. I'm like, come on, you could have got this stuff done in the time frame given you.
Yeah. And I mean, I have 2 questions about this.
Okay.
Because I mean, they launch, but at the last second, Harris like types in some different coordinates. It goes into the middle of the ocean, right?
Yeah. Great stuff.
Loved it. It was like nail biting. And it explodes in the ocean. First question. Why is that not a problem? It's a chemical weapon.
All those fish are dead. Your drinking water is... Yeah.
Like, that's a serious issue.
I don't think it's plastic straws that are killing the sea turtles.
I think it's that weird that weird green goop that makes your skin boil. That's probably what's doing it. My follow-up question is not really a follow-up. It's more of a second question. Why didn't Harris just call the Pentagon and tell them, hey, that was a warning shot and that we're not afraid to launch another one and like actually do something?
That's a good point.
You could have just covered your ass right there.
Well, that's what's confusing about what is actually my favorite scene in the movie. Because then him and his right-hand man are talking.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm just going to call and ask for more time. And he's like, don't do that. I'm like, well, why not?
Yeah.
But I just love Ed Harris when he goes, you're being asked by an old friend. You're being told by your commanding officer.
Keeps elevating.
You're being given no choice by a man with a gun.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I thought you weren't ready to kill. He goes, I'm warming up.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Mm-hmm. It's good because they clearly have history. And there's just two middle-aged men screaming at each other. And that's what movies are all about.
Yeah, like barbecuing with your uncles.
Yep. Classic.
Did you guys know there's a sequel to this where Sean Connery's character is hunting for cryptids? He's a cryptozoologist.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes to Scotland and he's searching for Nessie and he says, welcome to the loch.
There it is.
It's really good, right?
You know, there was a cutscene where someone walked in on him going to the bathroom. He said, don't you ever knock.
It's not even a welcome to the...
Just rhyming words with rock at this point.
Oh my god.
As the rockets are being prepared to launch, one of Harris's men is also having second thoughts. And I really like the guys who are like established military men. Other dudes are like, I don't know if this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But these weirdos who are
they're like, kill them all.
yeah, they're ready to just blow up San Francisco.
Yeah.
I love that. And then we get these shots of San Francisco as Harris commands the launch of the rockets. They had so long to evacuate San Francisco.
They
really did.
But where would they go?
Anywhere!
The rice-a-roni has to be made. The first missile that they shot, that was going to Candlestick Park.
It was, yeah. It flew over because they didn't even cancel sporting events.
Nothing.
they made it easy.
And this seemed like a warm weather too. It'd be like the Niners in week 3. It's like it's not like, oh my god, it's going to the Super Bowl. It's like, no, it's preseason football.
I like that the president is all torn up. He's like, how does one weigh human life? Like an American president has ever given a fuck about human life before. Get the fuck out of here, Borowski.
Yeah.
Was the
President Broski.
Was the actor of the president anybody of name? Because I didn't recognize him.
He seemed familiar.
He seemed familiar.
Definitely in other stuff, but not a recognizable name, at least not to me.
Because in this 2-hour movie, he's not introduced until the last 10-15 minutes, and I'm like, you could probably use a big guy here, and it was a random dude. I was like,
yeah,
I assume that's the president.
Yeah. I didn't recognize him. So I don't know if it was someone. There was a cut scene in one of the prisons.
Yes,
where Connery was making a sauce.
Right.
All right, and he looks at a can of crushed tomatoes, and he says, welcome to the crock. And he pours it into the crock pot.
Got a crock pot in prison, huh?
Yeah. It's like a Goodfellas prison.
He was in there for 30 years. He had special privileges.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly.
He was, I remember this other scene. He was in the art program, and he's painting a lot. And like, hey, we don't want you to get dirty. He's like, oh, thank you. Well, I'm welcome for this smock. He was very, very thankful.
I knew you were going smock. I didn't know how you were going to get there, though.
I don't even know how I got there. I just said words and waited for smock to come out.
Fuck. I have one more, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
I have one more. I don't know why I wrote all this down. I wrote most of these down. I love the line, we bluffed, they called it. Mission's over. Like, we're quitting, we failed.
And rightfully so, though. Everybody else is like, what about the fucking money?
Yes!
And he's like, there is none. And they're like, well, what the fuck?
Well, I love the line Tony Todd uses. He's like, the minute we took hostages, we became mercenaries.
Yes.
Like, you fucking pay me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to prison. I fucking took people prisoner. Like, no, you pay me now.
Yeah.
And like, grand scheme of things, like, I think they were getting each $1 million.
Yeah.
Which, $1 million, that's a lot of money. But to do all this, $1 million?
Right.
It's 1996,
and
they're also all going to, like,
Bangkok.
non-extradition. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Non-extradition countries.
And a lot of that money is also going to the families
Yeah.
of the fallen soldiers who weren't recognized and all that stuff. So it's like, you know.
So
Now,
just doing-
all in all, they did this big thing for $18 million. Like,
Yeah.
the backup center fielder on the Yankees makes more than that.
I feel like the president would be like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, it's also like he could do that because right after that, he would go to every one of those families and be like, you have to give that money back. He's in the middle of nowhere. Like, we don't fucking know where he is.
Yeah.
He can't come back. You give that money back, or guess what happens to your kids?
Yeah.
Your kids are in trouble.
Yeah.
At one point, a dude throws a grenade at Connery, and he just jumps into a bathtub and survives.
Yes.
Smart, though, you know?
Honestly, it must run in the family. Like, bathtubs can save you. Refrigerators can save you from nuclear blasts.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, with a grenade, here we go. When a grenade explodes, it's actually just, like, really hot shrapnel. If you jump in a bathtub,
You're
less
right.
likely to get... I mean, they always say get in a bathtub when the tornado comes, you know?
Andy, I would catch a grenade for you.
I would drink lemonade for you.
Check out this egg I just laid for you.
I would get my cat spayed for you.
Welcome to The Rock.
What if I want to have babies with your cat? You know what? Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about it. I like when Tony Todd confronts Cage, and Cage goes, "Do you like the song Rocket Man by Elton John?"
Oh, my
And he
fucking
goes,
God.
I don't like soft ass shit.
Yeah. Why are you humoring him? You know, like, you like the rock, I'm going to cut your fucking throat.
For no reason, the guy's like, I don't even need a gun. I'm just going to kill you
Yeah,
with a knife.
he throws it down. That's how you know that guy's a fucking psychopath.
I was more of a fan of Candles in the Wind. Daniel.
I'm a fan of the later stuff, actually. Not a lot of people like the later stuff.
And well, he goes, well, that's you. You're the Rocket Man.
Yes.
Like, shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
my
And
God.
then he launches it. First of all, I don't know how that didn't kill the guy.
Yeah, he's the deadest man of all time. He got hit with point blank with the rocket, which goes like 400 miles an hour. His hit point blank falls on the rustiest, sharpest pike on Earth.
Yeah, they gave him 2 good deaths right there.
Yeah.
Each one would have been cool.
I think ultimately he has the best death in the movie.
Yes, I've had him for best death.
I think Dr. Cox is second, but I think he's got the best death. Anytime you're going to show someone getting impaled from on high, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Is this before? This is after Ed Harris gets killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is after Ed Harris gets killed.
Ed Harris is dead at this point.
Yeah, because I skipped over that. Harris's right-hand man like dekes out the guys.
That was cool. I like the Mexican standoff thing.
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, standoff scene fucking sick.
I
Yep.
agree.
It's true.
100% agree. Because then they ask Harris, like, where's the last rocket? And he's like, it's in the lighthouse. It's in the fucking lighthouse.
I like the first thing he says is, "What have I done?"
Yeah.
Dear God.
Cage works on the last rocket as the bad guy chases him. Cage stops one of the green balls from falling and takes that along with the chip. Connery throws a sniper off the roof. He just tosses him.
Yeah.
And then the baddie chases Cage as the Air Force fly toward Alcatraz. I was stunned at how long they were saying that flight was taking. They're like, we're 7 minutes away. I was like, all right, you gotta have fucking an airbase somewhere closer to that.
Yeah.
Alcatraz is not that far off.
Yeah, like, no.
Well, he puts the green orb
Mm-hmm.
in his chest pocket.
Yeah, how did that not break?
Yeah, and then he tackles a guy through a window.
Yeah, I know.
You're dead.
Oh, yeah.
I did
Your skin is bubbling.
I did like the, what does he say? Like, eat this, fucker.
Yeah, he shoves it in his mouth.
Eat that, you fuck.
Yeah, you fuck.
Like, I like at this point, he's clearly, like, making fun of the guy. Like, he, like, put that in his mouth, like, welcome to the mock.
Very good. Do you guys notice Connery's fighting a guy, and the guy goes, hey, did I tell you my old man was Irish?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he takes the stock of a gun right to, like, square in the face.
Yeah.
And he's fine.
When I was watching this, I watched this with my fiance. So when that happened, I was like, "Oh, he died."
Yeah,
Or
they killed him.
And she's like, "Well, no, it's a movie." I was like, "No, but if that happened though, like you're dead." And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it's a movie though. I'm like, they should just punch him in the face. Like,
Right. Yeah. And, like, speaking of which, the guy has Connery against the wall, and he's punching him in the face. And Connery does the classic, he ducks, and the guy hits the wall.
yeah,
Yeah.
As if punching somebody's face against the wall also doesn't fucking hurt.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's just a trope, you know? That I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it.
So the guy dies after Cage shoves the ball in his mouth, and Cage injects his heart with the antidote. We see the Air Force approaching, and Cage starts lighting the green flares, and they're like, oh shit, abort mission, brother, abort.
That's a pretty iconic shot of
Yeah.
him, like, just screaming with the flares, like,
Yeah.
held up. That's good stuff. That's some good Michael Bay shit.
it looks like the cover of the movie Platoon.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say the bomb's at the back of the island. This looked like a direct hit to me. I don't know.
It seemed like, because they dropped the bomb with zero consequence. Like, the hostages are safe. Nicolas Cage is fine. Sean Connery's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
fine. I think they were just like they wrapped it up in the script, and Michael Bay was like, I think we need one big boom. Like, Michael, why? He's like, big boom. Big boom, guys.
This is 1996. I'm Michael Bay. You'll get this in a few years.
Yeah.
Brian.
You'll
Why I
understand.
need this scene. I'm going to be known for
Need
this.
this scene.
Because it throws Cage into the water, and then Connery jumps in and saves him, and then Cage tells the officials that, he was vaporized, brother. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's
And they're
dead.
like, can a bomb do that? He's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Before that, Cage had to put the needle in his heart,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And I know it's a nitpick, but he put it, like, in his lower belly.
Yeah.
It's like hanging out, like,
You know
by
why?
his
He
belly
got a
button.
spleen.
Because he's got a big heart.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Such a nice guy.
Stanley
Well,
Goodspeed.
He's a father now.
Yeah.
Exactly. You realize this is the second movie in a row with the main character's name is Stanley?
That's true. We
Yeah.
had Stanley Ipkiss last week. Did The Mask.
The
Yeah.
Flash.
Check it out.
I just watched The Mask.
We then get this scene. Oh, yeah. Connery tells Cage, he's like, hey, go to Kansas and go to this church and all this stuff. So we get this final scene after Connery just, like, disappears. He Batmans away.
Yep.
And it seems like it's from Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
Because Cage is, like, running, and the guy's like, what are you? Vandal!
Yeah.
And then he jumps into the car, and he's driving away, and he looks at this. There's a dog that hasn't been in this movie before.
Yep.
And he's looking at this thing, and he goes, hey, honey, do you want to know who really killed JFK? Pat, what do you think it said?
Oh, that's anti-Semitic.
Oh, no.
Coronavirus.
Okay, Andy, what do you think it said?
I'm going to go with The Mob.
All right, I'm going to say it just said HW for George Herbert Walker Bush.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, that's my...
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of it either.
He was a bigwig in the CIA at the time. And then there was another cut scene, actually.
Yes.
Nick Cage and his girlfriend buy a new house,
Mhm.
and one of the neighbors walk up to them, and they say, welcome to the block.
Yeah, the housewarming committee. I remember that.
All right, welcome to the block. Your HOA fees are 100. Question. What about all the families of the dead soldiers?
Oh, they don't get paid.
It's like the catalyst for all this. And like we don't even have like a line of the president being like, we should do the right thing.
Because the message of this movie is that the government doesn't give a fuck about soldiers.
But is it?
Yes. That's all this movie is trying to tell you. That the United States government sends these people to die for them and doesn't give a fuck about them. That's what this movie is about.
Okay. I can see it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's straight up saying that.
The first minute in, they kind of paint that picture.
Yeah. I think, see, in my opinion, that's the message of this movie, and it's very heavy-handed about it.
How did Ed Harris's wife die? I feel like that's not said.
It's not. It's not said at all.
No. It's classic,
FBI,
once...
counterintelligence. Maybe she died at Area 51.
Yeah, maybe.
I think she crashed in a rainstorm. That's why he visits her every time it rains.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Good job, Rob. Thanks, Rob.
I think it's classic, like, once a guy's spouse or, like, lover dies, they go insane.
Yeah.
No, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I know once Laura dies, I'm shooting up... I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Yeah.
You know what? That's just going to get... I'm not even going to censor that.
This is the FBI. This is the episode with FBI slander and possible...
But,
who knew the Rock episode would be the most controversial?
I like this movie.
Oh, I think this is a lot of fun.
This was a great movie.
I think this is Michael Bay's best.
I like this movie so much, I tried to shimmy it into 2 different group chats.
Really?
Yeah, just... you guys know it's a good movie? The Rock. Is that with Sean Connery? Yeah, it's really good. You should watch it. All right, cool. That was the extent of both attempts, but this...
Now, did anyone else try to shimmy it? Oh, that's a terrible movie. Here are 3 points that'll make you agree with this.
Yeah, one of my friends was the initial reviewer. Yeah. I remember the grammatical errors. I'm like, that's Joe. Yep. And it's him.
Hey, should we go to Letterboxd?
Yeah.
I think this movie is a lot of fun. I think Nick Cage and Sean Connery have a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
I think it's a little long because the beginning drags a little bit. But I kind of want to give this 3.5 stars.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I agree with 3.5.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's what my wife
says.
Fun. Okay.
Nice.
Yo, that was easier than me after a few drinks.
Wow.
3.5 stars for The Rock. I have 5 trivias.
Damn. I got 3.
I got 5.
Oh,
damn.
Fuck. Look at you, Andy. Look at you.
Coming up short again.
All right, Pat, you and I both have 5 trivia, so you can go first.
All right. The Rock trivia. Who is an uncredited screenwriter for the movie? Is it A, Stanley Kubrick? Is it B, Woody Allen? Is it C, Quentin Tarantino? Or is it D, Francis Ford Coppola?
Andy. Quentin Tarantino.
It is the Tarantino man.
Yeah.
What if he has a relationship with his adopted daughter?
So Francis Ford Coppola and Nick Cage are related somehow.
Yeah, they're cousins.
Yeah?
Did you ever listen to Q1043?
I thought it was his uncle.
I have.
You remember Mark Coppola, the DJ from Q1043?
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
He's Nick Cage's brother.
Really?
Yeah. You ever see a picture of Nick Cage's father, August Coppola? Because his real name is Nick Coppola.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he went with Cage as like the stage name.
Yeah. They look him and his father, August, look exactly the same. It's wild.
Interesting. I thought when he got the microfilm from the
Rocket.
place where
Yeah.
I thought it was directions or instructions on how to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Very good.
I thought that would have been a cool little nod to future events.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought I put that in trivia
Very good.
because I forgot to say it.
Well, you gave trivia without a multiple choice.
There you
All
go.
worked out.
There you go.
At the beginning of the movie, we see Barbara Hummel's gravestone. That's Ed Harris's wife in the
Okay.
movie. According to her gravestone, what was her birth year? 1945, 1946, 1947, or 1948?
Damn.
I will-
Andy.
Andy.
19. Shit, I gotta do math. Because one of my trivia questions is how old was Frank Hummel's wife.
Ooh, she died young.
And she was 48. So what were the choices?
The choices were 1945, 1946, 1947, or 1948.
I guess it's got to be 45, right?
It's 1946.
That was my guess. 46.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. I should have let you guess.
Sorry.
I already got it wrong anyway.
Do I go?
Sure, go ahead, Andy.
All right. Who was offered the role of Mason before Sean Connery? Was it Anthony Hopkins, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Marlon Brando, or Al Pacino?
I like you felt the need to make sure we knew which Arnold you were talking about. Like there could possibly be any other Arnold.
It was Gary Coleman's character from Different Strokes. I don't know.
Well, I put Arnold, and because when I was writing out my trivia, I wrote Schwarzenegger, but like I didn't spell it right, and I just like deleted it. I was like, I know who Arnold is.
We know Arnold.
We know. Yeah.
Patrick.
Yes.
I'll go Hopkins.
That is incorrect.
Rob.
Yes.
Arnold.
Correct.
Ooh.
Now, as I kept scrolling IMDb, it said Arnold was actually offered the role of Nicolas Cage. He was going to play Nicolas Cage playing.
That's incredible.
It was
oh
like
my
some
God.
weird Inception, yeah.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
No, that
I don't know
wouldn't
which
have, that
one.
wouldn't have worked.
No, because he's not like a weird little
Yeah.
science guy.
Yeah,
You know?
because Connery.
Have you ever seen Batman and Robin?
Yes.
He's a weird little science guy.
No, he's not. He's all
Have you ever seen Junior?
Yeah.
He's a weird little science guy.
Mm-hmm.
No, but he's like a big Austrian man.
I want to have my baby.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Twins?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh.
He's a weird little science guy.
I mean, I don't know.
I have no
if he
idea.
is.
I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
You ever see Kindergarten Cop?
I have.
It's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
It's irrelevant to what we're talking about.
Question 2. Nicolas Cage's character, Stanley Goodspeed, is a self-proclaimed A. Beatlemaniac, B. Zeppelin superfan, C. A Rick James super freak, or a D. Deadhead.
Rob. Beatlemaniac.
Beatlemaniac.
How much did Stanley Goodspeed spend on Meet the Beatles? $300. $400. $500. $600.
Andy.
$600.
$600.
It is $600.
I've done it.
Which is a ludicrous amount of money to spend on an LP.
Especially in 1996 money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, me. In the beginning, Hummel leaves a medal on his wife's gravestone. Which medal is this? Is it the Medal of Honor, the Medal of Bravery, the Vietnam Service Medal, or the Purple Heart?
Pat.
Oh, shit.
Purple Heart.
Incorrect.
That's what I was going to say, so I'm glad you got it wrong. What were the other options?
The Medal of Honor, the Medal of Bravery, or the Vietnam Service Medal?
The Medal of Honor.
It is the Medal of Honor. The highest thing. Yep.
It's also a video game.
Yes.
Mentioned before.
Yeah.
All tied in.
Wow.
Medal of Honor Frontline is an excellent game, and Medal of Honor Rising Sun, pretty good.
Medal of Honor, aluminum.
Medal of Honor. Barely know her.
Very good.
Ask your question, Robbie.
Is it my question?
I don't know.
I think it's Pat's question.
Oh, ask your question.
It's your third question.
The phrase, welcome to the Rock, is said how many times in the movie? A, 1, B, 2, C, 5, D, 10.
Rob. Once.
Incorrect.
Really?
Yes.
Andy, what were the other choices?
2, 5, 10.
I'm going to go 2.
It is 2.
Who
What's
else
the other
says
one?
it?
Ed Harris says it in the very beginning.
Oh, shit.
And then Connery says it.
Oh, S word.
That's right, yeah. It says like, gentlemen, welcome to the Rock.
Yeah. Holy shit. That was a good one.
It says,
Thank you.
gentlemen, welcome to Stefan the Rock Glansberry.
Lansbury?
Yeah.
What a terrible name. Okay.
It's a WCW wrestler.
Yeah.
According to Stanley Goodspeed, Serbians don't like Bosnians, Scots, they ruined Scotland, Bulgarians, or the Irish.
Andy. Bosnians.
It is Bosnians, yeah.
Well,
It's a history lesson.
no,
Do you have another one?
I don't. No, I'm fresh out of trivia.
My number 4. Connery, character named Mason, has been in jail longer than A. Nelson Mandela, B. DMX, C. Wesley Snipes, or D. Mike Tyson.
Rob.
Andy.
Nelson Mandela.
Correct.
You want me to run for president too?
Yeah.
What color is Nick Cage's Volvo?
My last one. Wow.
Tan, gray, beige, or off-white?
Andy.
Andy.
Tan.
No.
Andy. Beige.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
beige.
Yeah, I've nailed it.
What type of car does Nicolas Cage drive? A blue Subaru, a white Toyota, a Mercury station wagon, or a Volvo, a beige one?
A Volvo, a beige one, yeah.
I drive a Volvo, a beige one.
John Mason says he would have rather been a poet or a singer, accountant, doctor, farmer.
Andy.
Andy.
Farmer.
It is farmer, yeah. Look at that. I have no more trivia.
Out of trivia.
We're out of trivia.
I've never even had trivia to begin with.
Andy, you had 3 trivia.
That's true.
3's good.
Yeah.
3? 3 trivia is adequate.
I mean, that's my new norm, I think. You know, that's all I'm going to bring from now on.
And you know what that noise means?
It means we just did 1 lap in Mario Kart.
Yeah. I wrote a song, Andy.
No shit, Robbie.
Yeah.
Me too. You got something to flip?
I do, but it's not.
I've got a bottle cap.
Oh, that's awesome, Andy. Thank you so much.
Yes, our hands touched. Did you feel the magnetism between us?
Magnus, no!
Robbie was waiting for somebody to say magnet.
You've been sitting on that one, I can tell.
I don't know why. I couldn't tell you.
Great show.
Excellent. You watched X-Men 97?
I haven't. I heard good things, though.
Oh, it's so
It's
good.
so good.
I'll put it on the list for this week.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone puts it on the list. Yeah, you're not going to watch it.
What is it on there? Disney?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, Evil
It's-
Corporation Plus.
Honestly, it's the best thing they've done in years.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Andy, we're going to consider the actual top of the bottle cap heads and the bottom tails, okay?
Sounds beauteous.
Call it.
Heads.
Oh, it is heads. All right.
Nice.
Andy, you want to go first or second?
What kind of song you got there, Robbie?
Kind of folksy.
Okay, then you could go first.
All right. My song, like I said, is kind of folksy.
Okay.
It's called Welcome to the Rock. Yeah. Yeah. I originally was thinking about doing a Simon and Garfunkel parody.
You know, they say Welcome to the Rock 2 times.
Yes,
You're
Yeah.
kidding me.
Yeah.
it happens.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
You were saying a parody of like a rock, or what is it?
Yeah. Eventually,
I am a rock. I am a rock. There it is.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that.
going to be I am the rock. I am a prison. And so I grabbed my guitar and I started playing a riff. I was trying to come up with a riff that was like similar to that. But like, you know, off, and I gave up pretty quickly. I gave up when I kind of started doing a acoustic guitar part that I really enjoyed that wasn't that.
Yeah.
Or it didn't even sound like that. So that's what I come up with. My song is called Welcome, and it goes a little something like this.
Been away for 30 years with no trial 'cause of all of their fears.
That was my song called Welcome. It's about the movie The Rock.
Good movie and good song.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Robbie.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of like I said, it's kind of like a folksy, almost Americana feel. That's the first song I've ever played where I played like the very like common shuffle rhythm.
Yeah, the Jen.
Yeah, I've never actually like written that into a song, and I just couldn't come up with anything that I wanted to do on the electric guitar for most of the song. So that's just kind of what I settled on, and I think it works.
Mm-hmm.
I hang on the A for quite a bit. I think it's all right. It works. I've had a lot more fun. I've gotten back to writing a lot on the acoustic guitar, which for a while I was writing on piano. And I like writing on piano, but I'm not the strongest piano player. And I feel like I'm writing stronger songs on acoustic guitar than I did on the piano.
Would you say that you have a weak pianist?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could also confidently say you are not the piano man.
Yeah. Confidently, I could say that. Yeah. Mostly because I've never crashed into a house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I enjoyed that song.
Mm-hmm.
I like the shuffle.
Thank you.
I thought it fit. I just to relate, I write almost all my music on an acoustic guitar. Even like my rock and roll, like even the metal shit. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's a better sound on earth than an acoustic guitar. Like you could do heavy shit on an acoustic.
I 100% agree. I think the acoustic guitar is the best type of guitar.
I agree.
Especially at a campfire.
Yes.
Yeah,
a campfire,
for
yes.
sure.
A house party, no.
No.
No. Acoustic guitar, you can bring your acoustic guitar to a campfire.
Yeah.
If someone says we're having a campfire and you want to bring your acoustic guitar, broski,
Ooh,
if you're having a bonfire at the beach, you can bring your acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally
It's
cool.
welcome. Yeah.
If someone says I'm having a house party, you leave that guitar at home, my friend.
Exactly.
Having a get together. Yeah.
You know what? If they have a guitar at that house and someone breaks it up and says, "Hey, Steve, why don't you play this guitar for us?" Then you can show off your skills for everybody.
Yeah.
Because someone has asked you to do it.
I'd say it's like a child. Like you could bring it to the park or the beach, but you can't bring it to a strip club.
I thought you meant like you were telling a child they couldn't bring their toys certain places. But that song's welcome. It's from the perspectives of Sean Connery's character and Ed Harris's character.
Nice.
Thank you. Andy, tell us about your song.
My song is called Fight for Peace, which I always thought was a pretty funny saying because it's like pretty ironic, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like fighting for peace. It doesn't really make any sense.
It's off his album Peace Sells, but who's buying?
Hell yeah,
Oh,
brother.
shit. Call me Andy Mustaine. But, hello, me.
Nice.
Meet the real me.
And my misfits way of life.
Yeah.
I'm a big Megadeth fan. Sorry.
Listen, people talk shit.
Andy,
I
people
haven't
talk
heard-
shit about all types of music.
That's true, but like Dave Mustaine gets a lot of hate.
Yeah, he was definitely a big asshole when he was a drug addict. I met
For
him
sure.
once like 10 years ago when he was sober. Super nice. But
Sure.
if you met him 10 years before that,
Yeah, I don't hate Megadeth. I'm not a huge like thrash guy, but like I like Symphony of Destruction. I like Sweating Bullets.
Hell yeah.
I like
Pat's coming.
Hit me with another one.
oh, so many. Tornado of Souls. I'm trying to think of what would be on the radio that you would know.
Yeah, I don't know the deep cuts.
Yeah.
I'm going to be totally honest, guys. I couldn't name a single Megadeth song. When I said that album title, I didn't even realize it was Megadeth.
Yeah. Oh, Peace Sells. That's the song I know.
Peace Sells.
Peace Sells, but who's buying?
Yeah, I didn't know that was I just knew that was a metal album, and both you guys like metal more than I do. I've been telling Andy, I've been getting into country music lately. The two types of music I'm getting more into as I get older is country music and hip hop. I've really gotten into Kendrick Lamar.
I know of the name.
I'm really
I couldn't tell you the song.
Yeah. So for some reason, I've really gotten into both country. Like, I really love Waylon Jennings.
Okay.
And Willie Nelson.
All right.
But I also love A Tribe Called Quest. That's who I've really gotten into for the last few years.
Amityville.
Interesting.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty
I
confident.
know they're from New York because they make a lot of New York references.
Yeah, I think Tribe is from Amityville. If I'm wrong, we'll just edit this out. But Long Island.
Anyway, Andy, tell us about your
Oh,
song.
it's called Fight for Peace, and I always thought that was ironic, but just start from the top, But like, it's I kind of took two very different songs and smashed them together, and you'll probably notice when it starts playing. But it's called Fight for Peace, and it's about pretty much Ed Harris.
Now, real quick, Andy, I'm really hoping they're playing at the same exact time.
Oh yeah, that's jazz, baby.
Oh, sick.
No, it is not jazz. Go ahead.
So many men gone and lost, forgotten no matter the cost of life from them. They're forgotten. They didn't make national news. The military never loses, but we lose our lives. We bleed and die. I'll make it hard for you to forget them. I'm not insane. Those men didn't die in vain. Their families will be paid. Their namesake will be saved. The tree of liberty must be refreshed to see with the blood of patriots and the blood of tyrants. Don't wanna kill innocents. I just want what's right for those that died for our freedom. But did they even die for peace? Or did they just die for no good reason at all? I won't let you forget them. I'm not insane. Those men didn't die in vain. Their families will be paid. Their namesake will be saved. The tree of liberty must be refreshed, you see, with the blood of patriots and the blood of tyrants. I joined the Marines to be the best I could be, to fight for peace, but I'm just part of the machine. Can you die for peace when the powers that be see you at the mouth of speed? Did you die for war so the powers that be can get a little more?
Yeah, it's my song. It's clearly two very different ideas. I smashed them together.
I liked it. I thought that fit.
Thank you.
Worked well. Nice
Yeah.
mesh.
No.
I
Oh.
thought the transition from the heavy part back to the acoustic part worked really well.
Okay.
I also thought that ending part almost brought like a third
Mm-hmm.
song
Yeah.
into it. It almost
Yeah.
became like a pop punk song
Yeah.
towards the end of it,
Yeah,
which I enjoyed that quite a bit. I
Yeah,
really liked the harmony at that
Kind of
part.
like it had a very emo melody,
Yes.
that, because I don't know how you guys feel about emo.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
but
me
I like
neither.
that part there for the last, 30,
I
40 seconds.
I think I had extra lyrics, and I was like, I kind of like these, and like because at the end, it's not really like that part's not really about the movie. It's more about like how I feel about the military-industrial
It's your
complex.
political statement here.
Yeah. So I kind of just threw it in there, and then like I put that one part where it's just the chorus, but I just put like 1,000 guitars because like this movie's just cool as shit, you know, and that's cool to have 1,000 guitars with that. What, you know, like a bunch of harmonies, and that's just cool, you know. So that's cool.
That
is cool.
Yeah. But you know, I had a little bit of a Latin thing in the quiet verse, you know, I had like a do kind of thing going on, and yeah, and we were just talking about Megadeth, and I think that the riff, the heavy part, is kind of influenced because they got a lot of like swingy, kind of stuff.
Even though they're like thrash, they're in the original Megadeth is like jazz guys.
Yeah, because like I mean, you listen to like Sweating Bullets, that's like a swing riff, just with distortion. Fucking fire.
It is solid.
It is also like objectively very funny. You know, hello mate, like it's funny. But yeah, that's my song, and it's about The Rock, and it's about Ed Harris being like, you know, I don't really like that you guys just let these guys die. You didn't compensate their families in any way. Like these people aren't remembered, and you know, ultimately he dies, and he'll probably never be remembered. You know,
The Rock is a deeper movie than you would have thought.
Yeah.
And I agree with what Andy said before. It's Michael Bay's best.
Oh, by far. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And ultimately, let's bring our troops home.
Yeah.
That disagreed with that statement. Yeah.
That's Biden. He's listening.
The FBI is tuned out of this.
He said, my phone's talking to me. My phone's talking to me. What's going on? Open your eyes, man. For the love of God. All right. What are we doing next week, Robbie?
That's an excellent question.
Isn't it?
Next week.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Governor?
Next week, we're getting Dazed and Confused.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because we're doing Dazed and Confused so long.
Oh, Robbie blew out his O-ring.
Oh my God.
His O-ring is blown out.
Yeah, we're doing Dazed and Confused, continuing our trek through the 90s.
Wow. You know what's funny is I had some notes about this movie, not Dazed and Confused, but The Rock, because...
That you're going to use for Dazed and Confused, and you're going to ask me if I can guess which one's which?
No. So when I bought it, well, I rented it on Apple TV, and the whole time, whenever I paused it, it would say 2002, and I was like, could have sworn this came out in 1990 something.
I thought it was an 80s movie.
Yeah, it's got that vibe too. But like late 80s.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm going like 88, 89.
Yeah. But like I was like, there's no way. But like maybe, because then it's like all this anti-terror stuff. And I was like, all right, that's very post 9/11. And so I had some notes about it. And then as, you know, when we started, it was like 1996. I was like, let me erase some stuff. That's wrong. But yeah, that we are going through the 90s, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now,
what did that have to do with Dazed and Confused?
Because it was another 90s movie. And I was like, that's right. We are doing all 90s.
There's another 90s movie after that.
Yes.
We're doing The Hot Spot. Twist.
Ah,
that's a fucking callback!
Nice. All right, well, next week is Dazed and Confused. Robbie, what about the socials?
You go to Instagram.
I bet.
You go to X.
Sure thing.
You go to Threads.
Okay.
You go to YouTube. And you type in TheRoydsBand, and there we are with our smiling pretty faces and our gaping mouth holes just singing songs to you.
It's got to be a better way to put that, right?
You know what? I don't think there is. I couldn't even fathom.
Hey, you gotta gape for peace.
Yeah.
Got to be a better way to put that.
I am not a gape. All right.
Andy, where can they find our music?
Oh, that's an excellent question. You go to Spotify, you go to Apple Music, wherever you get your music, really, Deezer perhaps, and you type in The Royds, and you'll find 2 albums and a Christmas song, but also several collections of our podcast songs.
Whoa!
That we've written about movies, and you could also, for all of them, you could go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com, and you will find every single piece of music The Royds have ever made, including guest songs from previous episodes. Check it out. Tell your friends. Leave a 5-star review wherever. We really appreciate you listening.
It's a lot of songs.
Yes. Pat, do you have anything you'd like to promote?
If you're on Long Island and like drunken comedy, I got some comedy shows coming up, and you can find my schedule on my Instagram. Instagram name is Dunzig, Dunnzig.
Nice.
I'll follow you back.
Wow.
Oh, your team follow back. I love that.
Unless I don't like you, then I don't do the follow back. But
That
generally,
seems rude.
Generally, I do the follow back.
That's very nice of you. You're a kind boy.
I'm gonna try. Follow for follow.
Yeah.
So follow Pat Dunn on all social medias he's got.
I'm there. I'm around. I'm cruising around.
And go check out his stand-up comedy. And tune in next week for Dazed and Confused. All right. Right? That's that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have made sure I was right before I half-heartedly did that.
Robbie based his entire personality on Matthew McConaughey from that movie. It was hanging around high schools
I mean,
and
it's
shit.
better than you who based it off the one on Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, great movie.
Listen, I've actually never seen it.
Oh, dude.
No,
great movie.
I'm just saying you got AIDS.
I have AIDS, yeah. You've damned me to
If,
to die of AIDS.
Yeah, you're a sinner.
if Dallas is buying, who's selling?
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.